I still can't decide between them. We've got 4 massive games coming up over the next 2 episodes. Who do I play alongside Lazio? Because I have to play Lazio, hair and all that. There's a straw poll down in the description. Let me know who's the best out of these two. I mean, there's just nothing between them. Hello and welcome to Season 12, Episode 8 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we've got the first leg of the Europa League quarter-final against Napoli, and then, quite an important league game against Wolves. It's the first part of back-to-back episodes. We're doing all 4 of these big upcoming games in the next 2 episodes. It's getting exciting. Let's have a quick look at what's been going on since you were last with me. We've only played 3 games. Rather worryingly, in those 3 games, we've only scored 1 goal. So despite all that talk of who's better out of Modou Fall and Christian Arendt at the start of the episode, the only player who scored in the last 3 games was Lazio. He put us in the lead against Norwich in the local derby, but we then let them back into the game, drew 1-1, then lost 1-0 away to Liverpool, and drew 0-0 at home to Tottenham. League table-wise, and I feel like I'm neglecting the league a little bit, I kind of am, but we're falling down it now. There's only 6 games left to go, and we've now dropped all the way down to 8th place. We're still only 3 points behind Aston Villa in 6th, who, might I add, were in the Championship last season, and 1 point behind Man United, who are in 7th, who, might I add, were in the relegation zone at Christmas. Shows the kind of form both of those teams have been in. Everton in 5th, probably already uncatchable. It would be nice to, just in case these cups go wrong, make sure we get at least up to sort of 6th, 7th place so we're back in Europe next season, because it would be a disaster after how exciting this season has been for us to get knocked out of the 2 cups and then finish outside of the European qualification places, because quite apart from anything else, it will lead to financial ruin. We're nearly £40 million in debt. The projections aren't looking great. Christian Arendt's wages go up 50% every year, so that's going to start kicking next year. His salary is going to be $125,000 next season, which is ridiculous. And we're already at the point where we can't offer anybody any contracts at all. For example, let's have a look at Modou Fall. In fact, he probably won't be interested anyway because he wants to leave. But there you go. We can try and offer him a contract, but the most we can offer him... we can offer him 80 grand. That's a slight improvement. I tried to give Mick McDonald, the youngster that we had a look at, was it earlier this season or last season? I tried to actually give him a contract and wasn't able to offer him one. One of our own youth players who's coming through. I can't even find him now to show you. But we need the money that comes from Europe. We are doing a Leeds United. We are having a massive gamble on European success. And if it doesn't come off, we're going to be in absolute ruins next season. So this game is kind of important. We're playing against Napoli. We're at home in the first leg. This is the team that we're going to be playing. Matt Lee's in goal, Carl Walker-Peters, Dane Zabala and Lazarov as our back 4. A midfield of Yusuf Chris and Valverde, and then Vaughan behind Lazio and Fall. So we've gone for Fall today. Obviously, Arendt is sat there on the bench, ready to come snapping at his heels and come on. Rather worryingly, if you look at both of them with their form over the last 5 games, Fall is only doing a 6.74, Arendt only a 6.94. You would think having them both at the club would lead to them trying to outdo each other, and it seems to have had the opposite effect. They've both kind of thought, don't really matter. The other guy's here, he can score goals. Lazio's still playing well. The other 2, I need to sort their heads out. But hopefully, Fall is going to show today why he is still the main man at Ipswich, despite the returning hero who came back in January. I'm as stressed about this match as I was about the FA Cup final. The Europa League has become massively important as our league form has dropped off, and we've got to do well in this game. We've got to avoid giving away an away goal, and we need to take a lead back to Italy. We're passing the ball rather nicely around in their penalty area. Hopefully someone's just going to kick us and we'll fall over, but it doesn't happen, and they've got a break on. Luckily, the ball's gone out of play because it was 2 against 2 there, so we had both of our fullbacks pushing on. Walker-Peters breaks into the area. Why he had a shot when we had 3 players lining up in the middle, I don't know. Right, Vaughan out to Lazarov. Can he whip across? And he does, and Valverde's there, and we're 1-0 up after 15 minutes. Franco Valverde. One of the reasons we want to do well in Europe this season is we want the money to be able to sign him permanently over the summer. But I suspect it's going to cost us 15-20 million pounds plus a decent contract. It'll be our only signing, but I want to be able to do it. because he does stuff like that. He's still only 20. Argentinian wonder kid. We've not had one of them yet. Usually German and Brazilian wonder kids. Right, now, I mean, it's difficult now. Do we? Oh God, no. Was that a Matt Lee save, or did Zabala get back and make the tackle? If we concede a goal here, it's a disaster. I would like to score another couple of goals and take a big lead over to Italy, so that we can focus a little bit on the FA Cup semi-final. Because Chris is in. That was very scrappy in the area there. And again, Napoli have got a break on. We've got to be very careful about this. Zabala has done brilliantly well there. The stats for the Europa League so far this season came up pre-match. Carlos Zabala's made the most interceptions of any other player in the Europa League this season, which either says he's been playing out of his skin, which he kind of has, or it says we're so gung-ho going forward that we're just constantly last-ditch tackles and blocked shots, which that's probably kind of true as well. Lazarov's in again. Can he get across? He finds Full. Full doesn't get the shot away quickly enough, though. He's not playing on instinct at the moment, and it's a little bit of a worry. We need to stick an England shirt on him. He always scores for England. Perhaps we should get him to wear an England shirt underneath his Ipswich shirt. That might do the job. Lazio slots it through to Fall again. He plays it out to Lazarov. Cross comes in. There's nobody in the middle. We've got two superb strikers, and neither of them were in there. Lazarov's in behind again. But this time elects to shoot when a cross would have been the better option, because we actually had players in there this time. Right, we've had a pretty good first half. Valverde's struggling a little bit for fitness, but he's the only one who's gone out for the second half motivated by Ian Culverhouse's amazing team talk. Talking of staff news, James Tavernier was talking about this in the media, and I noticed that now he's retired, he fancies himself as a director of football. I like having a director of football, and I'm tempted. He doesn't look too bad, so we might. I think he's on the Ipswich Town Legends list after everything he did for us, getting us out of the Championship. So we might have another returning hero over the summer with a new director of football coming in. Right, come on, let's just get another goal now. Another goal now would be perfect. Fall is in, and again, he's just sort of snatching at the shots. This isn't the Modou Fall that we all know. And Chris, I thought Chris had headed that wide, but we've got another corner. Fall, I don't even know what he was trying there. I think it's my love affair with Arendt means I'm being really critical about Modou Fall. That and the fact he's asked for a transfer. So, he doesn't want to be here anymore, and he's kind of stopped playing well because of it. I think a double change is impending. We're going to take Valverde and Fall off, I think, assuming we've got someone to bring on for Valverde. David Martin has agreed a transfer to leave, by the way. He's just not getting in the team anymore. I forget where he's going. Somewhere back in Spain, I believe. Yeah, Athletic Bilbao. We're making a slight loss on him. But, We've also had offers in from Toronto for... got to take Valverde off, but he's been our best player. We've had offers in for Toronto for Ben Garrett and João Teixeira, but they want them both now. I would be very happy to send them off with my blessing at the end of the season, but I can't let them go now. Certainly while we're still in the cup competitions. If we get knocked out of both of them, I'll probably let them go. But I'm currently stalling on offers for them both, because it will be fantastic moves for them, and I want them to be able to go. They both want to go. I just can't afford to let them go. We can't bring in a replacement for them at this point of the season. All right, Martin comes on for... who did he even come on for? I don't even know who I took off there. Chris. And dropped Johnny Vaughan back into the midfield. Come on, let's get another goal. A 1-0 lead going away from home. It's very slender. Although, obviously, preferable than a 2-1. So, let's just not concede now. Lazio's in... I mean, was that our fourth clear-cut chance of the game? How have we only scored one goal in this match? Cross comes in again. It's back out to Lazarov. Can Lazarov make something happen? Martin slots it through to Arendt, who misses. That's another clear-cut chance. We have had 5 clear-cut chances and only scored 1 goal. Napoli are going to go and snatch an equaliser in a minute, aren't they? It's written in the script already. Oh, we have look at those stats. We have completely dominated this game. So frustrating. 22 shots, 10 on target, 5 clear-cut chances. Carl Walker-Peters is now getting sent off, and we've got to do the last 5 minutes with 10 men against a team that have just sat behind the ball, not done anything, and they're now going to go and snatch an equaliser. That's rubbish. Who can we even play at left-back? We've got no one who can drop back there. We haven't even got a defensive midfielder we can drop back and try and do sort of a mutant back three. What do I do here? Yusuf, you can probably play deep, maybe. No. Teixeira, you can probably play deep, can't you? Ah, you can. Right. I mean, he doesn't like it. Or do we just stick him at left back? In fact... No, you're just going to be a central midfielder. You're still going to be the half-back. I mean, they're going to come at us down this side, but I would say Yusuf's more use there. Perhaps we'll stick Zabala over there so he can do his last-ditch tackles out that side. Should we be doing counter when we've only got 3 players in our defence? And, of course, they've got this free kick yet as well. They're going to score from it, aren't they? Oh, Matt Lee makes a save, but it's broken to Napoli again. Oh, what's happening? Oh, this game needs to be over now. Right, Lazarov's come all the way over here to take a throw in. That's ridiculous. Although, I guess he's capable of playing full-back on both sides at the same time. Perhaps that's his plan. Teixeira, why is he so far forward? He was supposed to be our holding midfield player. Wasn't he? No, if I put Yusuf back there, what am I thinking? I've got the wrong player there. That's what I was supposed to do. For goodness sake. Can't even press the right buttons anymore. Right, get a crossing. Let's go and steal a goal. Lazarov crosses into Martin. It bounces back out to Teixeira. Lazarov can cross again, but he loses the ball. He stayed down there. Please tell me he's not injured. Martin now. There's a lot of pressure here for a team who are supposed to be playing counter-attacking, and they are coming down this right-hand side now, and here comes the goal. Zabala doing exactly what I wanted him to do, but he's now out of position. He misses the tackle that time, and the shot comes in again. This is horrible. I mean, whistle, please. I didn't even have words there. Right. We have held on by the skin of our teeth. And we take a 1-0 lead to Napoli. So, not a disaster. They've not got an away goal. We're in the lead. We just need to go there and not lose. And we make it through to the semi-final. Right, let's go and play Wolves in the league. Hopefully that'll be less stressful. What kind of sick joke is it that we have to play Wolves on the Monday night when we're away to Napoli on the Thursday night? Who schedules these games? That's ridiculous. I want to put an appeal into the Premier League. Also, Lazarov picked up a yellow card against Napoli, so he's suspended for the return leg as well. So we're without both Walker-Peters and Lazarov. So my thinking at the moment is Leach and Fritsche as the 2 fullbacks. But Walker-Peters is also suspended today because he picked up too many yellow cards in the Premier League. He's now set the record for the worst discipline in a season ever, with 14 yellow cards, 2 red cards, beating Andre Dozel's record of 4 reds and 6 yellows in a season, which he must have done before I came along, because I don't ever remember having a player sent off 4 times in a season. But all that taken into account means that, I don't know, I'm trying to rotate in this game, but injuries and suspensions are really piling up now, so this is what we're going with. Ben Garrett is in goal. I've now rejected the bid from Toronto because they came back in, wouldn't let us stall anymore, wanted him straight away. We just can't afford to let him go, especially with the 2 cups still going on. So Ben Garrett's in goal. Back 4 of Leach, Dane, Zabala and Lazarov, although I'm tempted to bring Sokolov in for one of them. Let's stick him in for Dane because he tends to be a little bit more tired. He's that bit younger. So we'll play Sokolov and Zabala actually. And then a midfield of Valverde, Cool and Chris. I mean, should I bring Teixeira in? Actually, no, he's tired. Everyone's tired. Vaughan plays behind Thomas and Aaron. At least those 2 are fresh-ish. Although Thomas, why is he not? He hasn't played for ages. Perhaps that's why. I don't remember him being injured. But this game becomes massively important as well because we're playing after everybody else and fixtures are starting to pile up. We've got 2 games in hand on a lot of the teams above us now. The real downside to cup runs, but we're now down in 10th place. If we don't win these games in hand, we're going to finish mid-table, which then really, really puts the pressure on for the cups, which we don't really need. The great thing about the FA Cup last season is that there was no pressure, no expectation. We'd already qualified for Europe through the league, and no one expected us to win anyway. So it was just a bit of fun. Now it becomes a whole different thing where either of our centre-backs could and should have scored there. But I don't like going into these cup games with pressure, knowing we have to win, or the club are going to go out of business. Oh dear. Basically, if we don't win one of these cups this season now, we're going to have to sell at least Modu Fall. We're probably going to have to sell him anyway because he wants to go. But hopefully that'll be enough to clear the debt. I'm thinking 40, 50 million pounds for him. Based on getting 28 for Aaron, why not? That was with a release clause. Thomas has put us 1-0 up. He's reminding me that he still exists and has fantastic hair as well. I've not noticed that before. All our strikers have good hair. It's a common theme amongst our attacking players. Perhaps that's what defines an Ipswich forward. I mean, this was a lovely move. Vaughan slots it through to Thomas. And that is a very nice finish. Chelsea never did come back in for him. Or come in for him at all. They were linked with him in the media in a 20-25 million pound bid, which would have been amazing. I mean, that would go a long way to clearing the debt and allowing us to offer some new contracts. We need to offer Aaron a new contract without the 50% increases in. Garrett's just made a lovely save. He seems a much better goalkeeper now he only plays half a dozen times a season. Perhaps that's his limit. He's still only 32, so he's not that old for a goalkeeper. He wants to leave and he wants to go to the MLS. He asked to go to LA Galaxy in January. But they never came in for a bid for him, and now Toronto want him, and he wants to go there. I'd kind of like to keep him as my backup keeper because he's very good to have as a backup goalkeeper. Oh, Arendt's just, I mean, there's just that was, he hasn't got good hair actually. He's got terrible hair, but that was just a mess from Wolves there, and Mr. Poacher capitalises. Their defender, what was he thinking? What was their goalkeeper thinking? And Arendt's got two Wolves players lying down in front of him, and he's not going to miss from there, is he? Right, if we can get another goal before half-time, then it becomes a case of get off everybody who is looking even remotely tired or who is likely to be playing against Napoli in a couple of days. Hopefully, this is a long way towards being job done against Wolves. I know we're only half an hour in, but they are a relegation candidate. We should be able to beat them comfortably, even with a slightly rotated side. Why? Oh, Thomas is struggling, but he's playing the whole game, even if he has to play it on crutches. Hey, Sokolov. I think that's his first ever goal for us. He has quite good hair as well. There's a lot of good regen hair going around. Thomas with a lovely flick on. I mean, Sokolov was surely offside there, but who cares? We're 3-0 up. And the stress is starting to melt away slowly because I know we've got a game in hand over both Villa and Everton. So if we can win that as well, we're back up to 5th, and then the pressure in the cups goes away again. See, it's all coming together. We can't mess this up now, surely, this game. What are they doing? Have they been doing that formation for the whole game? I know a proper manager probably would have checked that earlier on, but that seems remarkably negative for a team that are 3-0 down. Are they just scared of us getting 6 or 7? Oh, hang on. This isn't how it's supposed to be. In fact, they've had 3 clear-cut chances. We've only had 1. It's only been the quality of our finishing that has put us where we are in this game, because Wolves are actually playing quite well, and we need to be a little bit careful that we don't start saying things like job done and getting all overconfident and saying the pressure's off. It's unprofessional. Oh, Johnny Vaughan's got an injury, for goodness sake. Upper body injury. That's surely something he's going to be able to play through. Who can we bring on for him though? We don't. Why have I not got Martin on the bench? Oh, he got injured in training. Nuri's injured as well. So Vaughan's... tell you what, if he's out for Napoli, we don't have an attacking midfield player for that game. Larsio is still only... Oh, okay, he's accomplished there now. So, in fact, that's probably the sensible substitution. Give him 40 minutes playing there. If he's going to have to play there against Napoli... I'll tell you what, if he plays there, that means we have Fall and Arendt up front together. Oh, that could be exciting. People have been saying in the comments, play 3 strikers. Well, you might get to see it away against an Italian team in the quarter-final of a European competition. Oh, God. What is going on? Right. I'm starting to think of substitutions. Arendt's got another one. Excellent. So he's playing himself into some form ahead of the Napoli game. That's excellent news. Normally, I'd take Lazarov off in this circumstance because he's such an important player for us. But obviously, he can't play against Napoli. So we may as well leave him on. Although I think we're talking constantly about Napoli on Thursday. I think on Sunday it's the FA Cup semi-final. So that still has to be in the back of my mind as well. We've got 2 massive games 3 days apart. Arendt's in again, and that's his hat-trick. You lot mock me for loving this man. That's why I love this man. He's going to finish our top scorer this season. He's only been here for half of it. There you go. Look, he's offside. Who cares? He's not missing. He's in rich form again. Rude form. That's what I was looking for. Right, we probably need to take him off now, although we only have Fall to replace him with. But 20 minutes, let him play into some form as well now. Wolves are beaten. So let's let Modu Fall go and get a goal. Arendt's got his hat-trick. He should be bubbling with confidence now. And hopefully by taking him off, his glass knees won't shatter. Unless he trips over on his way into the dugout or something. I haven't had an injury report come up. He's moving in the dugout. He's safe, although I wish he'd stop it because he could hurt himself. Right. Come on, Fall. Get yourself a goal as well. This is a lovely confidence booster. Lazio, not having a great game. There's the Trequartista. Who do we take off? Sabala is probably the obvious one. Bring Dane on for him. We probably should have made that substitution 20 minutes ago. Just to try and keep them both roughly at the same sort of fitness level for Thursday night. But that's why Man United won't ever shortlist me. By the way, they've practically already won their Europa League tie. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking Europa League final against Man United. Has that been the script all along this season? Is that why they've not shortlisted me twice? They could see the future. They knew they were going to offer me a chance of redemption and revenge. They'll give me the job then. Beat them in a European final. Getting ahead of myself again. Pack it in. Right. Okay. Job done. We've got through Wolves. Hopefully, Johnny Vaughan doesn't have an injury that's going to keep him out of the Napoli game. That's the big concern. Johnny Vaughan. Oh, no. 2 weeks with a chest injury. What? Has he got a bruise on his chest? What is a chest injury? I've never given a player injections before to get through a game. But, hold on, have we got any other fit attacking midfield players? Because we might just have to risk him. They're all injured, for goodness sake. He's out with chest injury. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks. He's out for 2 to 3 days. So worst case scenario, we get Johnny Vaughan through the Napoli game, and Martin should be fit for the Arsenal game. So I'm going to give him injections. Yes, I know it could aggravate his nipple bruise or whatever's wrong with him, but what are you going to do? Right, there we go then. Tomorrow's episode is a big one. We've got the second leg against Napoli and then the FA Cup semi-final against Arsenal. You're obviously not going to be able to miss that, so you should probably subscribe to the channel and pop a like on there if you've enjoyed the episode and or the series so far. Thank you very much for watching.